I'm making more money now than I've ever did in my life, and it's paycheck to paycheck.
Housing prices have soared. How are we going to pay off our student loans? How are we eventually going to buy a house? I think the state of the country is really scary.
I would agree. I say prices of everything.
All right, well, the Federal Reserve set to react to this morning's inflation report at the top of the hour. New CPI data shows inflation continuing to ease. Just slightly, though. It's still more than a point higher than the Fed's 2% goal. Fox News contributor and editor-at-large for the Wall Street Journal, Gerry Baker, joins me now. Gerry, take a look at this. We compiled some of the stats on the inflation for particular sectors since President Biden, the day he took office. So we're looking at overall, which we know we've talked about, 19.3%. But then we have food is up 21%. Shelter, also 21, energy, 35 points, and car insurance up more than 50%. It's not a rosy picture.
No, Gillian, you're absolutely right. And those are good illustrations of real prices that people actually have to pay, rather than these sometimes general numbers that we gets a lot of focus. Look, this report that we had today was mildly encouraging. It came in slightly better than people had been expecting. But it's really important to put it into perspective, Gillian. Not only exactly as you've said, prices overall since Joe Biden came to office 20% higher than they were back then. Inflation is slowing, it's true. It's come down from its peak. And when I say inflation, I mean the rate of price increases. Prices are still going up month after month after month on average. The rate of price inflation has come down, but at nearly 3.5%, Gillian, it's still, as you said, again, above the Federal Reserve's target. But it's also almost twice as high as it was before Biden took office. When President Trump was president, the last few months of his presidency, inflation was down below 2%. So it's absolutely no wonder, as you heard from those people in the clip at the beginning of this segment, Gillian, that people are unhappy with the economy. Prices are much higher than they were 3 years ago, and they're still rising. And what's more, most incomes have not really caught up with pace with that. And with interest rates still high, they're suffering in terms of student loans and other debt. So it's still a very, very, very bleak picture for most people.
So you couple cost of living with salaries that aren't going up as quickly, and you have Americans like we talked to in the montage at the open of the segment who say they might be earning more than they ever have, but it's not making a difference to their quality of life. Gerry, here's Jerome Powell setting the stage for the U.S. government's own report card. Take a listen.
We remain strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. We'll have to do more in terms of monetary policy to get back to 2%, because we will get back to 2%. We understand the hardship that high inflation is causing, and we remain strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal.
I know you can't see into the future, but if you were going to sort of try and project and give me your best guess, when could we be looking at 2?
Well, somewhere. Well, look, we're going to find out a little bit. We're going to find out what the Fed thinks in the next hour. They'll give us a sense of when they think inflation will come back to 2. Currently, they think it'll happen basically sometime next year. What's really interesting, Gillian, is what they'll do with interest rates. Now, this report today, I think, has raised very slightly the possibility that they will cut interest rates this year. Not today. Nobody expects any cut in interest rates today, and almost certainly not any cut next month in July. But we could see a cut in September, just before the election, by the way, which might be quite interesting. Some people will wonder about the timing of that. But even so, it's still really important to remember again then, Gillian, that even if they cut by 25 basis points, as they say, a quarter of a point, that will mean rates will still be 5%. Interest rates will still be 5%. Again, when President Biden took office, they were below 2%. They were rates were, and again, all those interest rates that flow from that on housing and student debt and car loans were way, way lower than they are. So again, it's the same story with inflation. While inflation is better than it was a year ago and is coming down, it's still nowhere near where it was when President Biden took office. And while interest rates may come down, they are still way, way above where they were when President Biden took office.
So it sounds like we're looking at, weeks to months to get to where the Fed has wanted to be for some time now. September's only 3 months from now. A little bit of hope there. We'll be watching at the top of the hour to see when the decision comes down. Thanks so much, Gerry.
Thank you, Julian.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.